Well, howdy, all my downtrodden degenerates, and welcome back to the Lewd Lycanthrope. I'm your host, Chuck Duclaw, and tonight we're diving into the insanity of the recent State of the Union address, a spectacle so packed with left-wing theatrics it made Broadway musicals look like amateur hour. We're going to break down the highlights, roast the lowlights, and take an overall look at the moments that really had me wondering if common sense was on a permanent coffee break. So get ready for a wild ride through political absurdity, folks, where logic takes a backseat to virtue signaling and applause breaks last longer than a werewolf's full moon hangover. So grab your snacks, pour yourself a stiff drink, and let's sink our claws into the political circus that was the presidential address. Let's get into it, shall we?
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning. Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session. Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Well, folks, Mr. Green just gave us the best reenactment of a toddler missing nap time that I've ever seen. And right in the middle of Trump's speech as well. That's right, he gave us a meltdown so epic it deserved its own reality show. And let me just say, the Sergeant-at-Arms escorting him out with all the grace of a parent removing a screaming kid from a restaurant, well, bravo, sir, bravo. A standing ovation for keeping a straight face through it all as well. I know I couldn't have done it.
We're joined tonight by a young man, Jason Hartley, who knows the weight of that call of duty. Jason's father, grandfather, and great-grandfather all wore the uniform. Jason tragically lost his dad, who was also a Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputy when he was just a boy, and now he wants to carry on the family legacy of service. Jason is a senior in high school, a 6-letter varsity athlete, a really good athlete, they say, a brilliant student with a 4.46, that's good, GPA. And his greatest dream is to attend the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. And Jason, that's a very big deal getting in. That's a hard one to get into, but I'm pleased to inform you that your application has been accepted. You will soon be joining the Corps of Cadets. Thank you. Jason, you're going to be on the long gray line, Jason.
Well now, talk about your plot twist at the State of the Union. Mr. Jason Hartley, with his jaw-dropping GPA, gets the golden ticket to West Point from Trump himself. But hold your applause, folks, because the Democrats have suddenly lost their ability to stand, smile, or I guess even pretend to be happy for this young man living the American dream. It's like watching a room full of statues. Only the statues have a lot more personality.
A brilliant 22-year-old nursing student named Laken Riley, the best in her class, admired by everybody, went out for a jog on the campus of the University of Georgia. That morning, Laken was viciously attacked, assaulted, beaten, brutalized, and horrifically murdered. Laken was stolen from us by a savage illegal alien gang member who was arrested while trespassing across Biden's open southern border and then set loose into the United States under the heartless policies of that failed administration. It was indeed a failed administration. He had then been arrested and released in a Democrat-run sanctuary city, a disaster, before ending the life of this beautiful young angel.
Now, I'm not going to lie, much like the West Point young man and his story, this one made my fur stand on end. So Trump introduces the Laken Riley Initiative, a response to a tragic loss at the hands of an illegal alien criminal. But once again, the Dems sit stone-faced, refusing to acknowledge the pain of this family or the potential of this executive order to save others from such heartache. It's like they're allergic to anything that even remotely resembles public safety or human decency.
Today I received an important letter from President Zelensky of Ukraine. The letter reads, Ukraine is ready to come to the negotiating table as soon as possible to bring lasting peace closer. Nobody wants peace more than the Ukrainians, he said. My team and I stand ready to work under President Trump's strong leadership to get a peace that lasts. We do really value how much America has done to help Ukraine maintain its sovereignty and independence. Regarding the agreement on minerals and security, Ukraine is ready to sign it at any time that is convenient for you. I appreciate that he sent this letter, just got it a little while ago.
Now look, I understand the mineral right issues between the Ukrainian people and the United States, and I understand the importance of the United States having first dibs on those mineral rights. But I'm also a very petty individual. If I was Trump and I was sitting in the Oval Office when Zelensky was throwing his little tirade, I'm pretty sure I would have let him take a nice big bite of karma sandwich at that particular time. Probably in the form of calling Putin and just saying, you know what? Steamroll the entire country. We're just going to sit back and watch. You know, I would never wish death and despair upon any people, including the Ukrainian people. But you know what? You guys elected this moron. So at some point, someone's going to have to take responsibility for his actions.
And I also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland. We strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security, and I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it.
This one had me giggling like a schoolgirl the first time I watched it. So Trump's like, hey, Greenland, want to join the U.S. as the 51st state or just chill as an independent nation? It's all good either way. Totally your call. But just so you know, we're still here with open arms and ready to roll out the red carpet for you. I don't know, maybe even throw you a barbecue with some nice Texas brisket. All you gotta do is say the word.
With that goal in mind, we have developed in great detail what we are calling the Gold Card, which goes on sale very, very soon. For $5 million, we will allow the most successful job-creating people from all over the world to buy a path to U.S. citizenship. It's like the green card, but better and more sophisticated.
And here we go. Introducing Trump's Gold Card. That's right, folks. $5 million gets you instant green card status. Sure, other countries have similar deals, but we're throwing in a red MAGA hat and the promise of freedom fries with every arrival.
Your product in America, however, under the Trump administration, you will pay a tariff, and in some cases, a rather large one. Other countries have used tariffs against us for decades, and now it's our turn to start using them against those other countries. On average, the European Union, China, Brazil, India, Mexico, and Canada, have you heard of them? And countless other nations charge us tremendously higher tariffs than we charge them. It's very unfair. India charges us auto tariffs higher than 100%. China's average tariff on our products is twice what we charge them. And South Korea's average tariff is 4 times higher. Think of that, 4 times higher. And we give so much help militarily and in so many other ways to South Korea. But that's what happens. This is happening by friend and foe. This system is not fair to the United States and never was. And so on April 2nd, I wanted to make it April 1st, but I didn't want to be accused of April Fool's Day. That's not, just one day cost us a lot of money. But we're going to do it in April. I'm a very superstitious person. April 2nd, reciprocal tariffs kick in. And whatever they tariff us, other countries, we will tariff them. That's reciprocal, back and forth. Whatever they tax us, we will tax them.
For any of you out there that don't believe tariffs are a good thing, I invite you to take a very long walk off of a very short pier. Because other countries have been doing it to the United States for decades. And you know what? Quid pro quo. I think it's about time we start showing them the exact amount of love that they have been showing us. Now, will there be consequences to every good deed? Obviously. But you have to look at the long run. You have to look at the big picture, folks. And at the end of the day, this is what's right for America.
My 5th such speech to Congress. And once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've been up here. It's very sad, and it just shouldn't be this way.
And here we go again. Trump's 5th Congress show, and the libtards are mastering the art of sitting still, arms crossed, faces stiffer than a Pelosi press conference. Guess applauding for the other team is more terrifying than a bipartisan budget plan. Who knew?
The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
Well, rounding us off with Trump's best zinger of the night, we've got those pesky unsolvable issues the Dems keep crying about. Apparently, we just needed a president with more brains in his head and balls in his trousers than what we had with Biden. Guess the Dems didn't read the fine print on the Trump playbook before they started crying those rivers. Lesson learned, folks. There you have it, my night howlers. That wraps up another episode of the Lewd Lycanthrope. We've clawed through the highlights, dodged the nonsense, and definitely had a few laughs along the way. Remember, no matter how wild the political circus gets, this pack will always keep it sharp, hairy, and unapologetically real. If you enjoyed the ride, smash that like button, drop us some thoughts in the comments section, and definitely make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any future videos. And hey, we certainly wouldn't mind if you shared it with a friend too. Because honestly, everyone deserves a good laugh at the absurdities in American politics. But until next time, my friends, stay loud, stay lewd, and stay hairy. We'll catch you in the next video.